True or false? The very first successful human heart transplant didn't happen in America or Europe. It happened right here in Africa. Now, before you answer, listen to these fascinating African world firsts and see if you can tell which are true and which are false. Ready?
AB10, the Tan Man episode.
Claim number 1. South Africa performed the world's first successful heart transplant in 1967. Claim number 2. The Ashanti Kingdom once used seashells as their official currency before gold. Claim number 3. Ancient Egyptians invented gunpowder centuries before China. Can you guess which claims are true and which ones are false? Hi, I'm Ebitan Egbosin, an African who likes to test your knowledge while boosting your knowledge. So here goes. Claim number 1. South Africa performed the world's first successful heart transplant in 1967. This story is true. On December 3, 1967, at Groote Schuur Hospital in Cape Town, Dr. Christiaan Barnard stunned the world by performing the world's first ever human heart transplant. The patient, Louis Washansky, lived for 18 days, and his progress was covered by the global media almost hourly. Though short-lived, his survival proved the surgery could work, and Barnard quickly performed more. His second patient lived nearly 19 months, and later ones survived even longer, including 2 who survived 13 and 14 years. I know you might be expecting me to make some kind of quip, a little joke, as I often do, but I'm afraid this topic is too serious, so I'm going to break your heart. Anyway, the breakthrough turned Africa into the center of global medical news and paved the way for thousands of transplants worldwide. For a moment, the whole world looked to Cape Town as the frontier of medicine. Claim number 2. The Ashanti Kingdom once used seashells as their official currency before gold. This one is false, but it's a clever mix-up. Cowrie shells were widely used as money across West Africa. They were introduced through trade with North Africa and beyond. I find it quite disrespectful that while we're discussing one of the most important African kingdoms, the Ashanti Kingdom, you have a song by the singer Ashanti playing in your head. Admit it. Try to focus now. Anyway, the Ashanti Kingdom, based in modern-day Ghana, rose to power in the 17th century largely because of gold, so much so that their capital, Kumasi, was called the City of Gold. They never relied on seashells as official currency. Instead, gold dust was carefully weighed and used in everyday trade, making the Ashanti one of the wealthiest kingdoms in African history. Claim number 3. Ancient Egyptians invented gunpowder centuries before China. This one is false. Now, ancient Egyptians were brilliant, but not in that way. They didn't invent gunpowder. That came in 9th century China. What Egyptians did invent were things like papyrus, an ancestor of paper, early forms of surgery, and sophisticated chemistry used in mummification. So while China created gunpowder, it was Europeans who later pushed it to its most devastating potential, refining it into large uniform grains that improved its power and turned it into a truly tactical weapon. Interestingly, the Chinese discovered gunpowder while searching for the elixir of life. Imagine that. They discovered gunpowder while searching for something that would make people live forever. The irony of it. Anyway, back to Egypt now. While Egyptians didn't revolutionize warfare, they changed how humans wrote, how humans healed, and preserved history itself. So, no Egyptian gunpowder, but plenty of scientific brilliance. So, how did you do with all 4? Did any of these answers trip you up, surprise you? If you got all 3 or 4 right, nicely done. If not, don't worry. Every episode is a new chance to test what you know and, of course, rethink what you thought you knew. Be sure to like, subscribe, and drop your score below. And come back next time where we test your knowledge on something entirely different.